Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Chelsea podcast. Mandem United pod meets the Ballers at the Bridge pod, where we discuss all things Manchester United, all things Chelsea. Manchester United trounce Bilbao in Bilbao. Run out 3-0 winners in their Europa League semi-final first leg. I'm still flabbergasted. I'm still astonished, but over the moon, ecstatic, elated, happy, joyful, just pure glee that Manchester United are pretty much in the Europa League final. And on the Chelsea front, not only did they win their Conference League semi-final convincingly against your Garden, they're still in the place for Champions League places. City might have beaten Wolves tonight, but Forest losing yesterday to Brentford has put Chelsea in a great position and also back in their hands as well. So we'll be discussing all of those things. Reason why this show is later is because of the Manchester City Wolves game, which we did a watch along for on the playback. But as always, first and foremost, big up to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. As always, absolute real ones. Secondly, as well, make sure you hit the like button of the video. So if you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video. Please make sure you share this out across all of the socials as well. And that's me flawless at Sarcasm City TV. And that's me flawless at Sarcasm City TV. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, roll to 15K as well. Big up to Warrior J, as always, nice enough to drop some of the comments that were said after the game. I see Harry Maguire, I see Amarim as well. Shout out to Pels, my fave, man. That's my favorite right there. That's my favorite Chelsea fan, you know. A Chelsea fan with class. Saying you don't have a lot of in this city, I'm telling you. Kaneki will be here tomorrow, Zipex. Kaneki, the Yardman show, will be here tomorrow. And speaking of Chelsea fans with very little class, we got welcome to the show, my life. Prime is in the building. Yes, Prime. What are you telling me? You good?
Are
you good to this
manager, striker, goalkeeper, Chelsea top 5. Let's go.
All right, okay. So yeah, so Prime is in the building. The rest of the Chelsea squad will be here shortly, people. They will be. Well, let's see what some of these comments were saying in regards to yesterday's game. So Maguire, the first 20 minutes were difficult. The crowd was super loud and the intensity was high. We made a few errors and we looked a little bit nervous at times in the first 20 minutes. I thought the lads grew into the game really well. We weathered the storm and we knew we'd get our chances and we were really clinical in that first half. The tie isn't done. We'll be focused, ready at Old Trafford next Thursday, and I'm sure Old Trafford will be like this place. Maguire on his involvement in the first goal, I find myself attacking the back post. I think Garnacho passed me the ball. He was nice to do a bit of dribbling. It was nice to do a bit of dribbling and put in a great cross. We had a lot of bodies in the box, and they must have trusted me to put the cross in. It was a nice feeling, and it was a great header in the end. He goes on to say, it's more important to win. It was a clinical first half, professional second half. It's a great victory in the end, but another big game next week. All the pressure is on us now. Everyone will expect us to get into the final. So next Thursday, we need to make sure we prepare like we've done in the game. And if we give ourselves a great opportunity to make the final, it's been a great night. It's been a great night for us. 1 foot in the final, but it's still not done. In regards to what he said, I pretty much agree with that. Especially this way, he spoke about the first 20 minutes of Manchester United being nervous because Bilbao was on it. But we did weather the storm. And we did very well. So yes, Inaki Williams should have scored. But again, if Casemiro misses, if Inaki Williams scores his header and Casemiro misses that header, we're talking a completely different game right there. Same with the penalty and the red card. If that's Maguire making that mistake or Euro making that mistake or Lindelof making that mistake, we're talking a whole different game because I've seen people talking about, luck and red cards. And thing is, you make your own luck to a certain extent. You put yourself in situations to make the opposition make mistakes. Because the thing is, with Bilbao, I don't know why that defender's put his hand on Højlund. One, Højlund's probably not getting there. When I say he's missing, I don't think he's making contact with the football. And secondly, even if he does make contact, he's probably missing the target or putting it straight at the goalkeeper. And thirdly, on top of that as well, even if you're 2-0 down with 10 men, 2-0 down with 11 men. So let's say you don't make that challenge and Højlund scores. You're still in the game. You're still in the tie. The tie in the game's not over. You're only 2-0 down. Let's say they lost 2-1. If United only won 2-1 there, people would be talking about the tie still being alive and they'd be correct. I'd be very, very concerned. I won't be talking about 1 foot in the final or anything like that. Game's still alive, but Manchester United did the business, like I said, and defensively, we didn't give them anything. We only had 3 shots on target the entire game. I wouldn't have expected that. I thought their attempts would be 20 plus, and I thought they'd be double figures with shots on target. Like, so I'm super shocked. Salute to everyone who spoke about Manchester United winning the game. Only person who said we'd win heavily, I got to shout him out, is Kaneki. He's the only person who said we'd win by a large margin. Everyone else who had Manchester United winning had it by a goal margin. But he said, hey, Bilbao are not good. And I didn't see it, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be wrong. But speaking about things not happy to see, Ahmed's in the building as well. Yes, Ahmed, what are you telling me? You good?
I'm doing good, bro. I thought we were starting at 15. So
yeah, it's cool. I started early. Don't worry about it. You're not late enough. Yeah. I just started early. Don't worry about it, man. No. It's all good. It's all good. No stress whatsoever. If it was a problem like that, I would have messaged you and been like, yeah, jump on. But it's cool. No worries, man. It's all good. It's all good. You make sure you subscribe to the Bridge Nation as well. Let's see what else Amarim said. Bruno and Amarim said. Bruno on the performance. You can never predict a scoreline like that. Very tough team, big atmosphere. I never knew they were like that, the Bilbao crowd, but I love this sort of atmosphere. Amarim said the result is really good, but we have to understand the result at the same time. We struggled a lot at the beginning, and the sending off changed the game. Any game can change with one situation. We had an opportunity to score one more. This is not done. They can do the same at Old Trafford. Agate, with a lot of experience, was a little nervous. I don't think he was a little nervous. I think he was just terrible. You're asking him to do a job he can't do. Doggy was nervous. Players like Casemiro, Maguire, Bruno Fernandes helped a lot. Amarim and Maguire, he's a good winger. Sometimes there is moments in our life. Harry has had difficult moments. Everything he does is good for the team, so we have to enjoy. Goes on to say on the second leg, of course, we can have an advantage. We have our fans, but again, this could change. Anything can happen in one game. We need to be really careful with our players against Brentford. Maz needs a rest. Doggy was tired. We have to manage the players. I do agree with that as well. So yeah, first, pretty much what I would expect from the manager and the players talking about it. Like Maguire spoke professional performance about Manchester United struggling early on, because we really did struggle to play out. I don't think Agate was nervous though. I think you're just asking him to do a job he can't do. Like, that's never his game, is to be on the half turn trying to play out from the back. And we played out from the defensive. The 3 defenders were actually all right. Scratch that. I tell a lie. Lindelof was terrible. But Maguire and Yoro was fine. But Agate, Dorgu, Lindelof, and then you got the 2 evil twins up top. They did nothing in regards to helping us play out from the back. But the other players, they're laughing like they did nothing. Like, even in a game we won 3-0, it's like, even with 10 men, like, you did nothing of note. Apart from Hoyland winning the penalty, is like, did nothing, 0, nothing of note. Like, that's why we had our 2 DMs. Like, it's our DMs who were involved in the goals. I can't remember who put in the cross for the. I can't remember who put in the cross for the penalty. I can't remember. I need to watch that again.
WDMs, man. WDMs, man.
Say again?
I said W to the DMs. I said W to the DMs for doing their job, man.
Send a back cross to the DM to head it onto the DM. Nasty work. Agate back heel assist, but hey, I ain't gonna complain about it. Got the job done, and super surprised again. This is the 3rd round in a row where the opposition's lack of quality has astounded me. Like, I expected so much more from Bilbao. Expected so much more. Even at 10 men, people say, oh, we went down to 10 men. We was down to 10 men against Lyon, and Lyon was the better side. Clearly the better side. So I was expecting Bilbao at home to offer so much more, and they were just lackluster. Granted, we did defend well, but yeah. But I don't know if you watched that game, but thoughts on it anyway. We'll go to you first.
I didn't watch the game, but from what I've heard, on the street, there was one for Arsenal, one more for you guys. I'm happy for you, and sorry, I just got like a random WhatsApp message. Like how in the screen, just talking this guy. Just hit me in the face.
I ain't gonna ask what it is, man. I ain't gonna ask what it is. Did your girl just say you want to go get? Did your girl just say you want to go get a latte tomorrow? Is that what it was?
No.
That's what it was.
No, genuinely, it's just like I think
latte and chill.
No, it's not about that. No, but I think, listen, from a United perspective, you're pretty much in the final now. Same with the other team as well in Spurs. They're also in the final now as well. Listen, man, you got to give credit to Maguire. I saw what he did in the wing. Maybe you just profiled him wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what he was.
Striker.
So, yeah, man, striker, winger. You never know, man. But I think from a United perspective, though, listen, this is legit your only way of getting European football. And this is even the highest level of European football, right? And again, the way that So Jimmy's talking about your football club, bro. You need it. So for me personally, you know, this probably again there's this excuse. For example, the performances they've been getting in the league. I wouldn't necessarily say so, but if you do win a Europa League, guarantees you Champions League, right? But considering the level of poor your season has been, right? I think for me, it's a W, man. You take it, man. You take it, bro, and just keep it pushing, as they say.
No, first. Brian, what are you saying? I know we spoke a little bit on it, but yeah.
I haven't watched your game. The only thing I've seen is that what Maguire did for the goal. How like he's your best swinger is crazy, but hey, there's not a Chelsea winger that's doing that, bro, either. So it's a bit sad. But yeah, I had you guys like I have United winning Europa. But I thought the first leg away from home would be a bit of a struggle. I thought it'd be a draw, like 1-1, and then second leg you win it at home. The fact that you beat them that comfortably, and assuming like what I've heard from you guys and other United fans, just going based off of that because I haven't watched the game, it seems like you guys just had a professional performance and your players like stood up and performed, and I don't know. That's obviously a good thing for you guys. Now, obviously, what that actually means for you guys going forward in terms of next season and stuff like that, like people already know my thoughts. I don't really think you guys are going to really do much in the window and have that much of a. I think you're going to be like still as bad as next season, but in terms of just this and the effects of winning a European trophy, like this is what big clubs are supposed to do. And this is why the past, 2 seasons, when United fans will be talking about like terrible, when Ten Hag got sacked and saying that you got free from prison. You remember what I told you, Flawless? What prison allows you to have a PS4 in the jail cell? But there's levels to prisons, bro. You could have a prison like Tottenham, because they're not going to win Europa League.
That's real Spurs already. Go on, carry on.
You know what? I think they might win it this year, man. I actually think this might be the season.
They're not winning it. They're not, bro. They're not even getting to the final. They're not getting to the final.
What do you mean? I think they're getting to the. They're winning 3-1.
You think they're going out to Bodo Glimt?
I've been saying they're not getting past Bodo Glimt. I predicted that Bodo. I said Spurs would win the first leg, but get knocked out in the second. Spurs aren't going away to their stadium, bro.
By 2 goals, though. Did you expect Spurs to win by 2 goals?
No, I said it'd be 1-0. But even still, the score is 2-1, right?
So outside of it just being Spursy, why do you think Spurs go out to Bodo Glimt?
Because Bodo, like I keep saying, like Bodo Glimt are called giant killers, and people will say Spurs aren't a big club, which is fine. But if we're saying Spurs and Bodo Glimt, like Spurs are a bigger club than them. So, and we've seen Lazio, who were one of the favorites for this competition. Fancy, they're not winning shit. Lazio, who are one of the favorites for this competition as well, they were able to knock them out. And people can say, well, that was a close game. True. But we also know what Spurs are like. Like a 2-1 lead is not comfortable going away from home in the second leg at all. So I just see Spurs getting knocked out. I really do.
So you reckon it's
if they don't,
as Bodo Glimt being killers, they also do have a good home record, score a lot of goals as well. I don't see it, but just
I think for me.
But by the way, right? If United were playing Bodo Glimt, I wouldn't be saying this. I still be saying United will find a way to make it and go through. But with Spurs, knowing what they're like, knowing what Bodo Glimt are like, this they're not a big club or anything, but what they've been doing and developing the past few years, they play a very good brand of football, and it's Spurs going away to their stadium. They do well at home. It's just a perfect recipe for like Bodo to just find a way to get through. It just makes too much sense to me.
First, I made you the complete opposite, because not only do you have Spurs,
you know what it is, man. I don't really. You know what it is, man. I know for the average fan, it's like they're Spursy and stuff like that, but I do think, man, this might be the season ends. I don't know, bro. It's felt weird this season because Anders gotten them to a semi-final, right, in the Carabao Cup previously. Obviously, in the FA Cup, I think they went out quite early in that one, if I'm not mistaken, right? But if you look at the Europa League, that's when they've been the most consistent. That's where they played the best, in my personal opinion as well. And so for me, I just look at that and I'm like, maybe it's just their season, bro. And I think Ange, he's made a promise. Obviously, as I win trophies in the second season, right? And I think for him, I think it's also a pride thing for him, right? Like, I think even his players also realize that, we need to finish it off. Like, the whole season is like in the utter gutter. I don't know what they are on the table right now. It's 16th or 17th, right? But you get there, bro. You win it. And I think for me, they've beaten you, I think, how many times before? Twice before the season.
3 times in a row.
3 times in a row.
We
right?
ain't beaten since 20, I think it's 2 years or something like that since we
That's
last
what I'm
beat
saying.
them.
So
Like
I think if anything, bro, they know how to beat you. They've done it many times before. Yes, people might say it's a final, they might do this fancy final thing, but I think the track record is there too, bro. And I think I always say this thing for me, listen, it's great that we can hate on Spurs. Listen, I love hating on Spurs. They're like, listen, it's in our flipping theme song. Tottenham, Chelsea. But the reality is, bro, it's gonna happen eventually, innit? And I think
in our
for them,
theme song. What?
Yeah,
we're not superheroes, bro.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
I said theme song.
Well, you know what I mean, man. You know what I mean.
I know what you're saying.
Song.
I know what you mean. Yeah. It's a
right?
good song.
So
one of your songs.
Yeah. So like, essentially, for me, it just comes down to, I think it's inevitable to go win a trophy, and I think for me, I think and actually delivers on his promise and breaks it. I think for me, and I think also is a good thing for Ange, because if you think about it, if Ange is rumored to leave at the end of the season, I want these guys, the team that couldn't win, I want the Europa League. There is no legacy greater, by the way. Mourinho couldn't do it. Conte couldn't do it. But you know who did it? Me and Fossicaglo. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean? Imagine that, though.
I hear what you're saying, right? But I'm not going off of the banter of, oh, it's Spursy, yada, yada, yada. I'm just trying to be a bit logical. I don't trust this Spurs team, how bad they've been this season, to be able to go to a hostile environment without a comfortable lead. Man United is a different case, because as bad as United have been this season, you guys have shown, like, on numerous of occasions, that you guys find a way to turn up in big games and get things over the line. Like, bad as it was last year with Ten Hag, you still end up winning the FA Cup. You beat, I think, City in the final. The season before that, you won the Carabao Cup. You beat a Newcastle team that were flying, and then you also went to the FA Cup final and you played Man City. You even go before that with Oli. You made it to, I think, one final, the Europa League, which you lost on pens, and you also made it to 2 semi-finals before that. You played Chelsea in an FA Cup semi-final in 1920. So, like, you guys have form of being able to do this, of being able to just get through some sort of adversity regardless of what's happening, regardless of, people don't rate Maguire, people don't rate Bruno, but you just find a way to make it through in big moments. They're not good enough consistently, fine, but in big moments, you just find a way to just force your way through. Now, with Spurs, like, I don't trust them going away to Bodo Glimt. And even if they do find a way to make it over the line, I don't trust Spurs to beat Man United in the final. Man United will step up and perform. Bruno will step up and perform. Maguire will step up and perform. Casemiro will step up and perform. They'll find a way to get over the line. I don't trust Spurs to find a way to get over the line.
Well, so contrasting. You got Prime, who doesn't even think Spurs are going to get past Bodo Glimt, even though they have a 3-1 lead, and you got Ahmed saying Spurs are winning the whole thing. All right, we shall see. We will find out by the end of this month, people. Before the end of this month, actually, we'll find out.
3-1 is not a comfortable lead, bro. If it was 3-0, maybe it's a different story. But the fact that Bodo have that one goal, all they need to do is score early in the second leg, and then all hell will break loose.
I'm gonna have their game, man. I'm gonna watch both. I'm gonna have their game on the side. Definitely watch that.
I'm watching that because Chelsea are through, so I don't care about our second leg. I'm watching that Spurs game, bro.
And it's great to be able to see this because even United, even though my only criticism is that we didn't get a fourth. Literally my only criticism. We should have got a fourth. We should have really put the nail in the coffin. We should have really put them in the ground. They're in the hearse, but we should have put them in the ground and poured the dirt on top. They can still resurrect type shit. That's where I'm at with it.
I asked this question. Sunshine and Sophia, they were doing a stream earlier, talking about this game. So I asked this question in the chat. What would be more embarrassing for Man United? Losing to Bodo Glimt in the final or losing to Spurs?
Bodo Glimt.
Really?
Bodo Glimt, yes. Like Ahmed pointed out, Spurs have beat us 3 times in a row this season. This season. We haven't beaten them in 2 years. And thirdly, they might not be a very good one, but they are a Premier League outfit. It's like you cannot lose to no Norwegian side, respectfully. And when I say that, that doesn't mean we can't lose the game. Of course, we can lose the game. I'm saying resources. There's no way a club of Manchester United's resources should be losing to someone with Bodo Glimt's resources. Never. That shouldn't happen no, especially in a game of this magnitude. They say a group stage. If it was a group stage game, hear it to an extent. If it's match day 6 of 8 and we go to Bodo Glimt and we lose, yes, it's embarrassing, but it's match day 6 of 8 in the Europa League format, in the first format. Europa League final. Their first time ever there. Norwegian side. No. Compare their budget to ours, and obviously it's not based off of money, but it shouldn't happen. I've already said if we lose to Bodo Glimt, stack everybody. Everybody who has Manchester United on their paycheck. I'm not just talking players. I'm saying players, of course, included, coaches, managers, everybody at board level, kitman, tea lady, stewards, anyone who has Manchester United on their check needs their P45. P45. Get yellow tape, wrap it around Old Trafford. We need to go back to the green and gold, go back to being Newton Heath, and go and play at Salford City. The class of 92 can help us play there. We can go play at so. There's no way we should do that. Be the most embarrassing. I'd have to talk to my pops and uncles and that, but to me, easily the most embarrassing. It would be the most embarrassing defeat of my lifetime. And I've seen some bad ones. I've seen us get battered. But the teams we've been battered by or lost to are quality outfits. Or outfits you can at least say they have resources. Like I said, Spurs, as bad as they are still a Premier League outfit. There's no way you should lose to a Norwegian side in any way, shape, or form, in any form of European final. You should lose to them in a European quarterfinal, a knockout type, period. But a final makes it worse. Like if Spurs went out to them, as bad as Spurs' defeat, that's worse than the Zagreb defeat. As bad as the Zagreb defeat is. Because at least with Zagreb, it's Croatia. They have something.
No, Zagreb no. The problem with the Zagreb defeat with Spurs, was that it was a Hall of Fame disaster. They lost 3-0 away. And then I think what made it worse is that the coach was in jail. You know what I mean? Like, the coach being in jail, bro, is what makes it a real timer, bro. Like, the coach is not even there to do anything, bro. He's in jail, bro, locked up, bro. He might have, he's getting minutes, money taken for his calls, at halftime. It's crazy.
But this is why I'm like, as much as everything Fowler said is, I do agree with it, spot on. But like, in the day and age that we live in, do you not think, in terms of like the social media aspect of things, and obviously for content creation, do you not think it'll be worse losing to Spurs? Because as bad as what it is losing to Bodo Glimt, which I agree, like it would be, like it'd be terrible, whatever, and stuff like that. You shouldn't be losing to them, regardless how bad Man United are. But losing to Spurs, a team, a club that are not known for winning things, are known for getting to big stages, and then finding a way to bottle it, get into a Champions League final, and losing it within, 30 seconds. They were under Poch. They were a team where statistically they were the best team in the Prem over a 2-3 years span, and still didn't win anything. A club where they've sacked a manager like 6 days before a final. Is for the social media aspect of things, that for me is worse than losing to Bodo.
No, from a social media aspect, it is, but Bodo Glimt's worse because they're a Norwegian outfit. Spurs are still a Premier. I'm a championship boxer, championship fighter, and I've lost to.
Losing to Bodo Glimt would generally be worse for them. Yeah,
it's not even like it's not. I've not even lost to. I've lost to someone who doesn't even have a full license.
The Bodo Glimt, bro. One didn't exist 7 years ago, bro. Bodo Glimt did not exist 7 years ago.
I know, and I guess I'm trying to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to give a different perspective, I guess. But you're a championship boxer, and you're fighting in. I don't watch boxing. A heavyweight bout, final, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're fighting against a guy who has barely reached final stages, and whenever he does, he gets smoked. And not just by a quality boxer. He gets smoked by lower level boxers on big stages and stuff like that. So that's the sort of embarrassment I'm talking about.
But here's the thing: is he's still a heavyweight. You know what it's like losing to Bodo Glimt, someone who's 2 weight classes below.
Exactly.
Who's unlicensed. So I'm a heavyweight, and I'm not lost to a cruiserweight. I've lost to a light heavyweight, and not even the best light heavyweight. I've lost to an unlicensed light heavyweight. We didn't know Bodo Glimt before. At least with Zagreb, people can point to that and go, I know of Dynamo Zagreb. They're actually known of. There's a reason Norwegian sides have never reached, a Norwegian side has never reached a European semi-final. I don't think a Norwegian side
this is the
European quarterfinal first time. I don't even think at least with Zagreb, they've been there.
Yeah, this is their first semi-final.
First semi-final. You shouldn't, it's one thing losing to someone in your weight class who's not at your level, but losing to someone who's below you, and that's what Bodo Glimt would be, is way more embarrassing.
Spurs, but Spurs aren't in your weight class in terms of stature.
In terms of Premier League status, they are, and we're not too far apart in terms of quality. Forget stature. In terms of quality, we ain't that far apart either. We're close.
Yeah. So TKL. So is that the equivalent of Anthony Joshua losing to Jake Paul?
Yes.
Really?
That's what it would be like losing to Bodo Glimt. Whereas Anthony Joshua losing to
No, he's not even Jake Paul. I actually think a good better example of that
Deji.
is that the Anthony Ruiz fight actually would be a better example for Bodo Glimt, because the Anthony Ruiz fight came out of nowhere.
But even with Ruiz, do you know why they even Ruiz? Because Ruiz actually has pedigree. We didn't know about him, but his man had amateur fights and was actually a licensed boxer. It would be like Anthony Joshua losing to a Jake Paul by KO. That shouldn't happen. Even though Jake Paul, let's say United losing to it because we're close. Let's say Anthony Joshua lost to, I don't know, Daniel Dubois.
Yeah.
I'd say that because no one expected Daniel Dubois to beat him. Before that, Daniel Dubois wasn't like that. You can't lose to a Norwegian side with the resources you have. There's no way I'm worth 500 million, you're worth 500,000, and you beat me. That just shouldn't happen. Even if I'm at my very, very worst and you're at your very, very best because of resources. It's like Prime, me and you, someone's like, all right, you two are going to create channels, me and you, Prime, competition. And my budget is 100 million and your budget is 1 million. Even if I'm the worst content creator in the world and you're the best content creator in the world, there's no way your channel should be better than mine. Just budget-wise. There's no way. Something's gone completely wrong. Even if I do my very worst and you do your very best, just sheer backing. I've got 100 million. And the gap between United and Bodo Glimt is more than that. What's their value? What's that if you actually check that? What's Bodo Glimt's value and what's Manchester United's value?
It's night and day.
I bet we spent more in one window than they have in their entire history.
Bro, Bodo Glimt, I'm telling you, Flawless. I don't know if you know this. They were created 7 years ago, bro.
Was it only 7 years? You sure? Was it only 7 years ago?
Yes.
What?
They've had this rise. It may not be 7 years ago. Yeah. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but they've already been on the rise for the last 7 years.
Yeah, bro. That is true. He's almost right. In terms of their rise and stuff, it has only been short.
Yes, right. I remember the reason why I know about that is because I remember the video that I've watched in relation to him. But in the last 7 years, they've had this meteoric rise to be where they are right now, right? And so, for me, when your face class been at the bottom for such a long while, right? And they've really started getting better now, and you lose to them, it's not a great sign, bro. This is like This would be like if, you know what I'd say? A good team in the UK is Wrexham. It'd be like if you lost to Wrexham in like the FA Cup final. Right?
That's
Wrexham, right? Wrexham, right? Yeah. Remember, Wrexham, they've been coming up, they've been going up the league. I think they're actually they're getting promoted again, I think, to League One now. Or is it, or I think it's the champion.
They're in Championship now. They just got promoted, yeah.
Yeah. So they've just been promoted to the Championship. Yeah. And then you're facing a big boy United. They've only been doing stuff for the last 3 years. And now they are what they are.
And that's it. Like, again,
Wrexham, Spurs.
You're going
because the back clauses, but the problem, like we're saying, with the Spurs stuff, yes, from a social media perspective and like a fan perspective around in the top division and everywhere else, would be you couldn't stop the Spurs, stuff like that. But the reality is, eventually it was gonna stop, right? The Spurs stuff was eventually going to stop, right? The thing
I don't think it would. Because particularly in the social media era that we like live in now, I don't think it would, especially with Spurs, knowing what Spurs are, they won't win. They're more than likely not going to win another trophy for another, like, say, 10 or 15 years, whatever. To be known as the club that gave them...
Because they lost one trophy
was us, right? Yeah.
Oh, wait, if I'm not mistaken, was it?
Yeah. And that wasn't in the social media era. That doesn't get spoken about.
Yeah, that was just before the social media era.
For one of the big clubs, one of the... Actually, to be fair, Spurs and United are not really a rival, to be fair. So, okay. Spurs.
But again, like I said, they're still, like, for instance, they're still a professional. That's the point I'm making. They might not be a very good professional, but they are still a professional.
And it's a top six rival, and it's also like a top six thing. Yes. If you lose to them, it's like you're still losing to someone in the top six, basically.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And they have previous, whereas Bodo Glint, I bet it's not too long since they've actually been full professional. I bet they were part-time at points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, now they're obviously professional, been in Europa League, Champions League qualifiers, I'm checking. But I bet if you check like how long they've actually been a professional club, like not part-time, it's like you can't lose to someone like who's unlicensed. You're a professional. Like, this shouldn't, and again, when I say this, people, of course it can happen in a one-off game, but I'm saying it shouldn't from a Manchester United perspective. It shouldn't from a Spurs perspective, because Spurs have two games to deal with them. It's not like it's a one-off. And it's like Ahmed mentioned with Wrexham, like Liverpool losing to Plymouth. If that's in the FA Cup final, that's much worse. It's FA Cup third round, fourth round. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Upsets happen though. Upsets do happen.
Yeah, actually,
FA Cup final, that's where it's like, yeah, that shouldn't happen. Go on.
I think this should be more, because United and Spurs aren't like rivals. Like, I would like to know an Arsenal fan what they think about this. Would they rather lose to Bodo Glint in a final, in the Europa League final, or Spurs? I'd like to know what they think.
Oh, because of their hate for Spurs, they'll probably tell you Bodo Glint. They'll probably tell you Bodo Glint. Like, that hatred is real. Like, I knew it was real, but it is real. Like, every Arsenal fan I've asked, and this was before the first set of legs.
Bodo, okay.
Yeah. See, Dante said it. Every Arsenal fan I've asked, online, offline, hasn't even hesitated when I said United Spurs final, who do you want to win? They don't even think about it. I asked Dante, he didn't even think about it. He answered the question like he knew I was going to ask him it. They've gone,
but that's United. One thing. But like Arsenal losing to Bodo Glint in a final, like a Europa League or Champions League final, and Pels, as a Chelsea fan, said she'd rather lose to Bodo than Arsenal. Okay, fair enough.
Is it? This is what I'm telling you, man. Like, that's it. But yeah, I do agree with you, Tazo, because we went down this rabbit hole. I do think Manchester United win the competition. I said before this, did I think we get past Bilbao? Hell no. I didn't think, I'm not gonna lie. You lot heard me talk about it. I didn't think we had a prayer. I was so happy to be wrong. I went 0-2 with my predictions in Europe this week, and I could not be happier to be wrong. It's been a great week. Not only
I think for me,
Trounce Bilbao, Spurs, then Trounce Bodo Glint, just to piss off Arsenal fans. And on top of that, Arsenal lost to PSG, and it looks like they're going out, and they have to sit there and watch United win. They have to watch United play Spurs in the final, and they have to back Manchester United. And here's the other thing, and I said this to Trounce: as much as I'll be extremely disappointed if United lose, you'll feel worse after United loss. And then you're going to have to deal with me regardless. Because if Spurs win, I'll probably be more shameless.
I'll be real. I don't think you'd be pissed. Well, no, you'd be annoyed, obviously. But I mean on stream. I don't think you would show that you're pissed. You'd be celebrating the Spurs. You'd celebrate it.
Platinum lining. Because I've seen us lose all type of finals. I've seen Manchester United lose Champions League finals, FA Cup finals, League Cup finals. It's horrible feeling. Absolute horrible feeling. And there's never ever a silver lining to losing a Champions League or losing a final in general. But the platinum lining, which is rare, not silver, people, not gold. The platinum lining, if Manchester United lose that final, as the Arsenal fans will be more pissed than I am. They will be more hurt than I am.
Would you go to the trophy parade?
I go to the parade. 100% I go to the parade. Take a picture.
Will you buy a Spurs shirt?
Nah, I ain't gonna buy a Spurs shirt.
I go viral. You should do that.
Nah, I wear white. I'm not gonna buy a Spurs shirt, but I wear white. 100%. I might get half.
That's crazy. What flawless wearing a shirt like that?
Or at least wear like a Spurs hat or something.
Yeah, I might do that. You know what I'm saying? Is that me and Jezel roll or something? You feel what I'm saying? Hopefully, I run into expressions there or something like that.
Chelsea win Conference League, Spurs win Europa, Palace win the FA Cup. It's peak. It's peak for Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's fantastic. You see, look, just the thought process of it. Like when I said that to Trounce about the parade, he just like I could see him like, yo, this man must want dead, you know. Like it's just great. Because normally a final is like it's either the highest of highs and you're winning, and it's great, but there's no there's no comfort blanket. The major comfort blanket I get, even though I think we beat Spurs, if that Spurs win, you're going to see Spurs fans on the because they've been tormented for the longest. Out the big six, they have been tormented. You are going every Spurs fan you deal with and see content creating, you are going to see a complete different side of it. See expressions and Deji and Jez and Jacob and De Niro and Henry Wright. The list goes on. If Spurs pick up that trophy, you are going to see them wild the fuck out. I'm telling you this now. It's like that guy who don't get no gyal and then he gets a gyal.
Yeah, man, there's no greater feeling.
I'm telling you.
Bro, I'll say this, right, for Arsenal fans. Because you're talking about silver linings. I know you don't want this to happen, but Spurs winning, in order for your fans to wake up about Arteta and to want him to go, and for your board to actually get rid of him, you need something drastic to happen. Spurs winning a trophy, a European one, is probably the best bet. I'll be so real. That's enough to wake up the likes of Igao, bro.
I don't think it is.
that truly, no, it is. Seeing Chelsea have we probably would have a trophy parade because it's the first one under this ownership. Spurs have a trophy parade in London. In North London, you have Palace have a trophy parade in London. That is enough to say and especially if Spurs then go win the Super Cup as well. That's enough. That's enough to turn. Arteta has to go. Arteta would have to go.
So they say, like I said, so all I'm gonna say is what you're saying is logical and it should happen that way. They'll find some loophole. They love this manager too much.
Bro, I don't think there's no loophole of unprecedented circumstances.
It don't have to make sense. That's where you're messed up. No, when I say you're messed up, logically what you're saying is 110% correct, and I agree with you. I guarantee you they'll say some illogical stuff to you. Like, we don't want to be like Spurs. They're an unstable club. Look, we don't want to. We don't want a manager who wins trophies and then leaves. It'll be something like that.
I know, but in the past, like when Igao was saying earlier in the season of, if Liverpool win the league, Arteta has to go, and him switching and saying unprecedented circumstances about injuries and refereeing decisions and not having a striker, even though I don't agree with those excuses, those are somewhat logical. There's no excuse if Spurs win a trophy and you don't under a manager that is the best in the world and you have a world-class squad and you've just battered Real Madrid. There's no excuse. There isn't one, honestly. There isn't an excuse.
Your pal says. It'd have to be this because they'll be like, oh, United, look at it. It's the worst Europa League of
Spurs.
all time. United were terrible. We don't want to lose 20 plus matches and then win a trophy. That's not the way we do things here. Again, not logical. They going to back him to the hills. They going to back him regardless.
I don't think people, no, but it's enough to get people to turn. I honestly don't think you can. I honestly don't think you can.
I think some will turn, yes. But I don't think the vast majority will.
I think you guys underestimate just how much Arsenal fans truly hate Spurs. Them winning
we know. Look at this. And he's been
but Don C hates Arteta anyway. I'm talking about the ones that back Arteta. They hate Spurs. Spurs not just winning a trophy for the first time in ever, winning a European one. Spurs already have a European trophy. Arsenal don't, bro. To get another European trophy when Spurs will probably finish 16th or 17th. Especially if Arsenal, because I think Arsenal can still overturn PSG. If Arsenal get to the final and lose, and Spurs win, that's enough, bro. There's no other explanation needed. That is enough. It has to be enough. It has to be.
I don't know. I think for me, at the end of the day, I just think I always say this from like an Arsenal perspective. Their fan base is easily combustible.
Sorry, go on.
Listen, for me, it's.
My mind. Go on, Ahmed. Sorry.
No, I would just say, man. I think if there's any football club that's easily combustible as a fan base, even more than Chelsea, United, it's always Arsenal, bro. If they lose, they're already combusting. But then you're gonna get like a nuclear level fallout if then the rivals up, right? So I think for me, part of it then becomes, I think for a long time, and I think this has been a valid, thing where Arsenal have been like they've been going through a protest, building a team up, trying to compete, and then getting to a level where they should be winning the title, right? A lot of people thought this was going to be the season where that was going to end. It doesn't happen. You then bottle it essentially, for lack of a better term. Some might say, you get injuries. You then lose it in the semi-final. You've then had your biggest opposition has had the worst Premier League season ever, but then somehow get to win the Europa League, a European trophy that you've never won. It hurts, isn't it? It just hurts. That's what I'm saying. And I think for me, again, I think the big thing for me is, in order for you to be patient about something occurring, you need to be winning something, If you're not winning something, but then your rivals who are doing rubbish and trash and are winning stuff, then what does that say about what you're trying to do?
Bro, I think because none of us, I mean, Chelsea fans can say Spurs are rivals. Growing up, Spurs didn't exist to me, so I don't care about Spurs. And with United, your rivals are actually successful. Liverpool, Chelsea. I mean, I guess you could say Leeds, but whatever about Leeds. We don't have rivals that are so irrelevant in terms of success and competing at the highest level. I don't think you guys would Arsenal fan. I would be so surprised if people don't turn. I'd be so honest, bro. You know how embarrassing it would be to still defend this manager.
I think you're surprised because you think that you forget that some of them lack logic and lack shame, because the fact that they don't want him gone now tells you all you need to know. No other top 6 club would accept what they've accepted with Arteta. We went 6 years without a trophy. How many managers did we have in that period? No one would be allowed to spend all that money without the large proportion of the fan base wanting him out. As bad as my fan base is, as much as I disagree with them, eventually it got to a point with Ten Hag where they was like, enough is enough. Eventually it got to a point with Oli where they said was enough. It took their time. It's probably a year too late, maybe a year and some strong change. But eventually they got there. 5 years, 700+ million spent.
But this is my point.
Trophy. And he even sniffed the trophy. Actually, I tell a lie. He was in a couple title races, but they were never winning those title races. But hey, we move.
So someone put earlier Spurs beating Arsenal in the Champions League. So okay, do you think they would turn if Spurs beat them in the Champions League final?
Do I think what? Sorry, said again.
They would have turned just by Spurs beating the final.
Do you think Arsenal fans would? So what I was saying about Spurs winning the Europa would get Arsenal to turn, and you guys don't agree. Do you think Arsenal fans would turn if Spurs beat them in a Champions League final?
Champs, yes. Champs, yes.
Because of the stature of the trophy.
Yeah. Champions League, yes. Like them winning the Champs or Prem, then it's kind of like, all right, they're the two senior ones.
But that's not gonna happen.
And to Jinlo, you're arguing a point. Nobody's argued. Has Arteta done? And this is where you're talking about nuance. So I'll explain. You mentioned nuance, so I'll explain this. Has Arteta done a good job at Arsenal? Yes. Has he improved Arsenal? Yes. Did he do better? Has he done better at Arsenal than general consensus expected? Yes. Has he done better there than I personally expected? Also, yes. Without doubt. This is a point that I agree with. Nobody on the panel, no one in the chat has actually disputed this point. He has improved them. He certified them as one of the top 4 sides in the league. However, it's Arsenal Football Club, one of the biggest football clubs in the country, one of the biggest football clubs in Europe, one of the biggest and most recognized football clubs in the world. You have to win.
You have to reach the end result.
That's you have to win. That's what it is. Because if he had won a Premier League or won a Champions League, we're having a whole different conversation. But hey, it is. Hey, Jinlo, how about you jump on stream? How about that? Since you got so much to say, how about you hop on stream and we can have this conversation?
I think my thing is, I don't think any of us, like I've said my point. I think he's a good coach, but as I've always said, I think Arteta has always been. It seems to me, and from what I've seen, he's a nearly man, bro. That's what currently, if you look at him, as he is right now, he's a guy that's done a great job bringing the team from the bottom, improving the team, and getting them up to almost there, the tippity top, bro. Like he's gotten them almost there, bro. But the problem is, right now, it seems when we're getting to that tippity top moment, he's not able to then push them over the mountain top, bro. That's all it is.
And that is the actual factuals of it. He's the nearly man. You have to win because you said the predominant idea on football YouTube is that he's not good enough for Arsenal. It's not nonsense because Arsenal want to win trophies. And he has failed.
The process, let me tell you this right now, and I know everyone here agrees with this. I know you exactly. Juno would agree with this, If this at the end of this season, Arteta had won like a Premier League, and let's say even hypothetically speaking, he was the UCL of the season, right? We can make then that means these whole 5 seasons have led to it's been successful because he's led the team from where it was to the end goal, which is the Champions League. That is a successful season, right? But if he remain, if he finished the season where he is, right? Maybe if City win all their games, for example, like and they finish 3rd in the league, they've gone to UCL semi-final. They've not really, they've regressed in the Premier League essentially. That is a failure, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how man could be in the chat and say, "Oh, he's good enough for Arsenal." The aim is to win trophies. He has failed to do so. Again, has he improved them? Yes, 110%. Deserve plaudits for that. But you can't go 5 years without a trophy after spending 700 plus million. You can't just be a top 3 side. You're supposed to win.
I think Arteta is like, I think he's a very good coach, and I think he's a good tactician. But the thing is with Arteta, where he's at Arsenal, is even though he's done a brilliant job to get to this point, it's clear that he's still learning to do stuff and to get over the line. And here's the thing with managers, like a very small percent of managers have actually won trophies in general, never mind major trophies. Like let's say the top 5 leagues anyway, for example, for this conversation. Who's to say, like maybe it takes him 10 years to be able to figure out how to win a league title. Maybe it takes him 15, right, so maybe it takes him 20.
Let's kill all this dead. Jinlo, when does he have to win a trophy then? Nobody said he's a shite coach. Nobody says he's a shite coach. Nobody here has said he's a shite. Forget all this, Jinlo. Answer the question. Let's just get straight to it. When does he have to win a trophy? Because it's been 5 years. So before you go, how long does he get? Because he's had 5 years. So how long can he continue to finish top 3, reach semi-finals, etc.? I want to know what's the thing where you go, all right, enough's enough. How many years before we move on from this? I just want an answer to that. Give me a number, any number. I'm not even going to dispute it. I just want to know. Because 5 years is a long time, but people are patient. So
you can't keep. As much as he's done like a good job and stuff getting to this point, for how young he is as a manager, there's still stuff he has to learn to get over the line to win majors. Like the Atalanta manager, Gasperini, he just won his first major trophy last season with that Europa League. That was his first major trophy.
Oh, his first major. Okay,
yeah. Sarri was like in his like late 50s or maybe 60s when he won the Europa League with Chelsea, his first trophy, and he was managing for years, going through the leagues in Italy. Yeah. Like we don't like, maybe Arteta is able to figure it out and win the league next year, but maybe it takes him 5 years to figure out how to win a league. Maybe it takes him 10. Maybe he never is able to win a league, and he's just a guy who's able to assemble a team that can challenge. Like how I view Poch, he's or at least not now, but back then with Spurs, good enough to assemble a team and develop a young side, but you cannot take us over the line. And that's just, it seems like what Arteta is right now, but he's still young and he could still figure it out. But when you're at a big club, like a Chelsea, like an Arsenal, like a United, like we can't give you the time to keep learning and failing. Just like
Jinlo, before you carry on, Jinlo, I just need an answer to the question, Jinlo. How long? So we're not just going to bypass it. I need an answer to the question. He's gone 5 years without a trophy. How much longer can he go without a trophy before you say he must go? Can he go 6 years? Can he go 7 years? Can it be 10? Is it 15?
Who does he support?
When is the man Chelsea fan? When is it? So 3 years.
He's a Chelsea fan.
3 more years. So wait, hold up. So Jinlo, you're giving him 8 years to win a major trophy. 8 years. So that means he would have spent. So he spent 700 million right now. So that means this summer they're gonna spend money. So that would be then 6. So now, so we're saying what? 1.5 billion.
Is that 8 years on top of the 5 he already has?
No. He said 3 years. So I think that's on top of the 5 he's had. So it's 8 years in total. So you're giving him almost a decade. So you can go 8 years at Arsenal Football Club with that. Forget what they've spent. Forget all that. Nan didn't ask all that. So you're giving him 8 years because he would have spent potentially that point. Let's say give or take. Let's say 1.5 billion. So 1.5 billion. He still won nothing. All right, cool. Now we know your metric. Jinlo, sorry to break it to you. Most people are not waiting 8 years for their team to win a major honor. Most fans, I wouldn't accept that. 8 years.
He's almost spent a bill already.
Yes, he got like 700.
And he's been there 5 seasons. 5 seasons. By December this year, it'll be 6 full. Yeah. 6 like
hey, Jinlo, your patience. You got the patience of a saint. There's no one else that's waiting 8 years. Man said 3 more years. So man's got 8 years, you know.
Wait, hold on. You're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, but
this doesn't. No, but this is weird that you would think this.
I think, but my problem is, whilst that may be true, even whilst you've been poor, we've still been able to win a title. I think my problem with Arteta in particular actually is that, and I think this is one of the things that he has failed in, and I think everyone here would agree with me when I say this. Yeah, he didn't target the smallest trophies strongly enough, whether it be the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, even to an extent the Europa League, I would probably even make the argument for. Right, that's his problem. I actually don't think I don't think the problem would have existed. Yeah, that we have been discussing.
You think the Carabao FA Cup would have existed. Sorry to cut you off. You think there's Arsenal fans who won't give Arteta more time, and he's a Chelsea fan saying that. Even if Spurs win, it don't matter. 8 years, man said he give. Let's not bypass that. Man said he give him 8 years.
I don't think he can afford to give players.
So that's 8 years, and then that doesn't make sense. So 8 years for him to continue to like. But okay, no. Let me ask this. So 3 more seasons, right? But in those 3 more seasons, does he have to continue to finish within like second to third? Yeah. He has to finish top 2, maybe top 3. Yeah, so if he okay, and he has to get, what does he have to do like in the Champions League? Like get to semi-finals?
No, man.
No, because if he gets knocked out in the round of, if he gets knocked out in the round of 16 to like a Mönchengladbach, that's fair. That's. But then again, it's Arsenal, so round of 16 is their
8 years. I'm not bypassing that, man. 8 months. I'm 3 more years. 8 years without a trophy.
Can you call in to one of the calling shows, or maybe we can give you the link now, because I need to talk to you, if you're a Chelsea
fan. My thing also, I think there's another thing that we need to discuss is that, how long. Yeah, I think this is a valid question to ask, even to you guys, even to myself, is how long is a project like kind of meant to last, right? Now, the thing for me, I always say, you have to measure a project by the level of progress and success you're making, right? And I think for me, if I look at this like from a in general standpoint, I usually think it's usually around about a 3 to 5 year process. Like you have to give 2 seasons where of unpredictability in terms of like maybe injuries and stuff like that. So I would say, let's say a 5-season period. Over a 5-season period, right? There needs to be, in my opinion, a consistent improvement. Yeah, maybe you win as a minor trophy here and there, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, whilst you get to the top, right? That is for me, the way a process should realistically work, right? Such that when you end the Premier League, your Champions League at the end, you've won trophies already previously, and that satiated your fans at the end of the day.
I hear you, Ahmed, but I think it also depends on the money you're spending.
You keep asking this question. Yes, I am. Yes.
United's last 3 seasons over Arsenal's.
I am.
Just based on based on United winning trophies, then sure.
He keeps asking this like it's profound. Yes, I am. Yes, 110%. Without doubt, yes. Run me a Carabao Cup, a FA Cup, and the Europa League over winning nothing. Am I happy with either scenario? No. But am I happier with one than the other? Yes. Of course, I'm taking 3 trophies over 0. What are we doing here? Come on, man. We gotta talk. We gotta talk with just be normacy. 3 trophies in 3 years or 0 trophies in 3 years. What are we doing? Man, talking about improvement. Yeah, all well and good. Improved. You know why you improve? To win. If you improve and don't win, it don't mean nothing. You are not Brentford. You are not Brighton. You are not Fulham. You are not Newcastle. You are not Villa. You are Arsenal Football Club. What are we doing here?
But even with those clubs,
what are we doing?
But even with those clubs, by the way, they still have their end goal target that they need to achieve.
We have to understand. Like, I think for me, my problem is 8 years in football is a lot of time. By the way, guys, generations of footballers change in 8 years. Yes, I know. That's 2 years. That's
8 years.
Like,
I was mid-20s. I was mid-20s 8 years ago.
Bro, 8 years ago, I was flipping. 8 years ago, because I was 18 years old. I was 18 years old 8 years ago. Like, listen, I think for me, people, I think, do not realize.
Wait, Ahmed, 8 years is the time span it took Chelsea to win our first league title with Jose and then our Champions League in 2012.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think for me, one thing that we're not realizing, 8 years,
bro.
No, listen. I think for me, we forget, 8 years in 3 years in football is a long time, guys. Let alone 8 years, right? Just 3 years of football, bro. Because 3 years, generally speaking, bro, a lot changes in football in 3 years, bro. Some teams that you thought were just at the bottom can change in 3 years, bro. Maybe even 2 or 1. And it's happened.
Bro, right? 3 years ago, Newcastle were on the verge of relegation.
Yes.
And they were in the Champions League last season. Or, season before that, sorry.
8 years, man's giving, man. Now we know. That's why I asked the question.
No. Sorry. It's last thing, they're going to move to Chelsea, But Joe, I get the 20 years thing that you're talking about. They have not won the Premier League 20 years. But I think the situation changes, the system changes, once you start reaching newer levels, bro. Right? Mm-hmm. When he got them to compete for the first time ever, which was the unexpected compete, that means your team is ready to compete now, bro. The season after, this is the season before, right? Last season, right? This is where they should have gone and finished the story, bro, in terms of the team and making sure they win the title. But that did not happen. This season, again, I think you could forgive Arsenal for last season, but you can't forgive them for it happening now in 3 seasons in a row. It's the free strike dilemma.
Gilno's saying that 3 more years until Arsenal win a major, right?
Yeah. He's talking. He's talking.
So I'm assuming. Okay, so within the next 3 seasons, then is Arteta can we expect him to? Because for me, like what Ahmed was saying about winning a major this season, I personally disagree. I was just expecting a trophy, win a Carabao, and obviously it's not good enough. He still has to go, but at least deliver something.
Yeah, I get that.
So the next 3 years, is he allowed? Like, can we expect him to win a Carabao or an FA Cup?
And
like,
also, are you guys forgetting they hadn't won 20 years before that? That's why their managers got sacked, because they failed too.
The situation changes because Arteta changed the standards. That's the point. Read between the lines, Ahmed.
One FA Cup in 8 years, 8 years, damn.
Yeah, but okay. Listen, maybe I'm not understanding stuff, or we're not understanding stuff. Can you, legit, Juno, in your own words, like, make it as simple, fast as possible? Like, imagine.
Actually, no, wait.
Zero IQ.
Flawless.
What are you trying to say?
Is it okay if, Juno, if you're on like Instagram or Twitter, would it be okay to send him the link to explain this?
Nah, because we've got to move to a next show. But this is crazy. Like, I'm not.
Juno, the call-in show, please, because I genuinely. Like, as much as this is crazy, I really want to know.
As long as you improve is what he's saying. That's what he's getting at. As long as you improve.
Do you know what the problem is here, guys?
The only way Arsenal improve past second is by winning the league.
Exactly. The problem.
So Arsenal have stagnated the last 2 years or 3 years.
You have to make. You can only make the argument. Yeah, I'm going to use Chelsea for example, right? Right. Chelsea,
it's not all about trophies, but they failed and we failed in the league. We failed.
It's simple. It's not all about trophies. I'd rather have been Arsenal over the last 3 years than United fan. What are we doing here? I think from
What are you doing here? Wait. What are you doing here giving a manager 8 years to fail? That's what I want to know.
Hold on. Hold on. Chill now.
He ain't embarrassing around him.
No,
I think Juno's.
I've never seen him. I've never seen him here before, so I don't know if. What's your thoughts on Maresca? Because,
I think what Juno is saying.
Maresca allowed 8 years to fail at Chelsea.
8 years to win a major is crazy.
I think Juno. I understand Juno. Yeah, I think what Juno is trying to say. Yeah, I'm going to use the NBA example, right? Like, let's say no. I'm going to use NBA example. Juno is basically saying, yeah, he would like to be like. Let's use the Nuggets for example, right? The Nuggets, yes, they won a trophy, but let's assume the fact they've won a trophy, right? What do the Nuggets do? They are consistently competing, bro, for a title, right? Like, they're like the Miami Heat. Miami Heat is always in contention, always competing, bro. As long as, yes, you may not win it, but as long as your team is consistently competing, right, and in the positive direction, I think for Juno, that is okay for him.
So long as we're in the conversation, it's okay. But
as long as we're in the conversation and competing, that's what I think he means.
Yes, okay. Yeah. But you know what's funny? Didn't we all make fun of Spurs for doing that under Poch?
Yes, I know. But I think Juno's idea believes in that. I think Juno likes that.
He would have backed Poch. He reckons Poch should have been given more time then, because he did the same thing.
So Juno, does that mean Maresca is allowed to fail for 8 years? Bro, as long
as you improve, yes.
If Maresca doesn't win Conference League,
where did you finish? Where did you not finish last season? Position
6th, and we're in.
As long as he finishes above 6, he'll be cool with that because it's improvement.
If Maresca doesn't win Conference League, I'll be real. I know, I want the sporting director's gone first, but
it's not about trophies. It's about improvement. So as long as you finish 5th or higher, he's Maresca in. Off that logic.
Yeah, I'll be so. You cannot be a Chelsea fan. I'll be so honest. You're not a Chelsea. You are not a Chelsea fan with this mentality. You're not a Chelsea fan. He
said he would have took Arsenal's last 3 years over Manchester United's last 3 years. So them improving and us winning trophies. Really, it should be both if you're a major club. But I'm taking trophies over 0 trophies. But then again, that's just me. He's happy going 5 years without no trophy as long as you improve.
I'll be real. I'm not comfortable with my club being top for 93% of the season, bottling it. Having a chance to win the league last season, bottling it. Losing to the worst Bayern Munich side we've seen in this century.
Look, man.
Yeah.
As long,
but that's what you need to understand. I think Juno understand. I think Juno. Can you just say if I said what I said was right about your point? But I think what I'm saying is basically correct. He wants to be competing, bro. Listen, the end goal.
Yes, you compete for him. You can lose for 8 years as long as you compete for 8 years.
Yes, that's what I think is. I think the one thing you have to ask Jono, this is my personal opinion that I want to really ask him, is that okay, so I'm right. So what I'm saying is right, So okay, you're competing on a consistent basis. But do you not think though, if you compete on a consistent basis and the end goal is not being reached over like a 5-year, 6 to 7 year period,
you know the time frame,
right?
is 8 years, man.
Even within that 8-year period, right? You're competing, but you're not reaching it. Eventually, you gotta have to reach that point, bro.
Even Newcastle,
his time span is 8 years. We've established.
But it doesn't even Newcastle and Villa, or Villa actually just won the Carabao, so scratch that. Even Villa, Emery's been there. I think this is his second full season.
So 8 years. Sorry, with improving them. So as long as you improve within the 8 years, you get time. So let's say, if he finishes 3rd or 4th this season, that means he's not improved. Should he get sacked?
So Emery at Villa, this is his second full season, right? This is Emery's second full season, right? Well, hold on. This is Emery's second full season, right? With the way that he's been progressing Aston Villa, I think they finished top 6 last year. Or no, not last year. They finished the year before his half season, finished top 6. They were in Europa League last year. They got top 4. They're in Champions League this year. Got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League to PSG. There needs to be a progression for Villa next year to win a trophy. And it looks like they're going to be in Europa next year. So Emery better win Europa League next year or an FA Cup or something. You continue that. That's what real progression is, by the way. Not just saying, "Oh, I'm second, so it's good enough to just stay second," because that eventually you're going to stagnate and decline.
Now you can stay second for 8 years and it's cool.
My problem, just in general with this.
My head hurts, man.
I know. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Yeah.
Just that logic to give a manager 8 years and 1.5 million.
My thing, listen. My big thing is, Jonah, is that I think he talked about look where Arsenal were. They were getting bantered consistently. That's fair, but remember one of the things me and this floor were mentioning: 3 years in football is a long time, let alone 5 years, bro. It's 5 years, man. Listen, that's half a decade, bro. They're in a completely different space to where they were half a decade ago.
You say 3 years in football, bro. Like a season, a full season is long. Like no one knew who Miles Lewis-Skelly was last year, and now people are saying he's one of the best young talents in the world. 1 year is a long time in football, a very, very long time,
bro. A good example, Kobe Manu. Last season, no one knew who Kobe Manu was. Came into the team, started cooking. Right, sorry, it's a season for my apologies, but you got what I mean, right? He's a good example, Trounce example. Tariq George. No one knew about him last season. This season he comes on, but plays well for us, right?
Hey, you know what? Everyone's entitled to their own timeline.
I wonder if he has the same. Does the same logic apply with players?
Let's not go. We going down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, but let's talk about Chelsea, man.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well. Because Taz asked me a question. Speaking of managers, you asked me. I don't even know if Taz is still here, but he says, "Where are you at on the manager floor?" The same place I've been, and they say, "But Europa League don't save or stop the Premier League season. They don't stop or save the Premier League season. It just, of course, it'd be a fantastic end to what's been a horrid season." But I'm still on the same. Hey, I'm a rim fix the fuck up. That's with or without the Europa League. It doesn't buy you any more time. It doesn't lessen it if you don't win it, and it doesn't. Yeah, so it don't buy you more time if we win it, and it doesn't buy you less time if we don't. Because we just need to improve across the board, point blank. Period. That's what it is. Would it be a great ending? Yes. Would I salute you if you win it? Also, yes. Hey, big up to the players, big up to the manager. But it doesn't change anything long term because of how bad we've been. Now, run it me over Arsenal season. Don't get that misunderstood. Run it me over second place without question. Run me right now 17th for the Europa League over second and no trophy without question. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the manager. I'm going to fix the fuck up. Prime on to you, Chelsea. Chat to us. I'm not being Hey, Jinlo, don't call me disingenuous. I value trophies over improvement. Sorry. Last point on it. Go on, Prime. Go on.
But why am I comparing United's last 3 years with Arsenal's last 3 years?
He compared it because he said trophies ain't.
No, I know he's comparing it, but why should I have to pick one or the other?
Because it suits.
Especially when I'm a Chelsea fan. I support a big club. United's a big club. They're having a terrible 3 years. You look at Arsenal, they're supposed to be a big club, but with all this progressing and challenging, they have nothing to show. No one's going to remember this in this 8-year span. In 10 years, no one's going to remember this if they don't win anything, except the Arsenal fans. I don't know. But yeah. What about Chelsea?
Disinterested because there's literally footage of me saying that. No, it's not all about trophies. It's about both, Jinlo. Like Prime just explained. You shouldn't have to choose either or. The fact that you have to choose shows both clubs are not doing anything they're supposed to. Hence why so many managers have been sacked for Manchester United. Hence why managers before Arteta have been sacked to Arsenal and managers want him gone. Anyway, moving on to Chelsea because he's happy to give him 8 years, which is crazy. Sorry, go on. Go on, Prime. Chelsea, floor's yours, man. Your garden, you beat. Yeah, 8 years is mad. That's why I asked the question. But at least they're old.
Arsenal in 8 years is crazy.
I hope they have the same thought process. Yeah.
Arteta is still there in 3 years.
I hope he is after winning no majors, man. I hope so. I hope they keep him because they ain't winning nothing with him. No majors with
him. If it's 8 years, he might as well get a decade.
But yeah, back to Chelsea anyway. Chelsea.
Yeah, professional performance against your garden. We scored early, which made the game a lot easier for us. Sancho played well, Madueke played well. They both came off at halftime. So did Reece and Cucurella. Enzo played well in the first half. Got I think he created like 3 big chances. I think he got 2 assists. Jackson came on. He played well, scored 2 goals. This is just like a confidence game for these guys. Some of these guys to get back into. He's not a Chelsea fan. This is just a bit of a confidence game for some of these guys, getting back into form. Sancho getting back into form. Madueke getting back into form, playing well. Jackson with a goal. It's just a shame Palmer couldn't get in on the act and score as well. But I don't know. It is what it is. Professional performance. Chelsea fans, you were complaining about how we've been looking in the Conference League in earlier rounds and whatever, and in the league phase. Yeah, that's because, fine. Maybe the players didn't take it as seriously back then, but our quality was still good enough to win our games. But now, in the business end of the competition, just kind of, I guess, with Man United as well, and how they played in your first leg, and the business end of the competition, this is when you just take it seriously and just get over that line. And we did that. We're now, the lead is big enough to where we're now in the final. It's a bit of a shame, to be fair, that we didn't keep a clean sheet, but the goal they scored was quality. So it is what it is. Second leg, I'm expecting a lot of youngsters to play, the likes of Raksaki, Shimoeka. Another academy kid got his debut. Walsh. He's 16. I think he's the 3rd youngest player to make his debut for Chelsea. And all the hate and stuff that Maresca gets, but he's the Chelsea manager that's given the most debuts to youngsters. He's actually using
as well. I mean, it's Conference League as well. Let's be
honest. I know, but we've had managers had opportunities before to use certain young players and not really take them, and he's using that. And the thing is, he's not just giving games to young players for the sake of it, like what Poch did last year with Gilchrist. He's actually using the quality players that we have. Because you have Josh Achimpong, should have been playing more minutes last year over Gilchrist. He's actually a right back that can play centre back. Or Poch wanted to play Gilchrist, who was a 5'10" centre back at right back last year.
Well, Gilchrist is a good player, so I don't really disagree with that.
No, shut up, Ahmed. Shut up, Ahmed. Anyways,
he's not a good player. People want to hate on Gilchrist.
He's not a good player. He's not a good player. Anyways,
that's your opinion.
Okay, cool. And it's your opinion that Dallow's a good right back. Who cares?
Flawless rates him.
This guy, dickhead, Joe.
Okay, cool. So Flawless is a Spurs fan. Who cares? Anyway,
wow.
Am I lying?
Yo, you might carry on, man. This is Chelsea. Come on, you might talk about
no, but yeah,
So because finish
yeah,
story,
no, it is what it is. Just play the young kid's second leg. I don't want to see any of our like main guys or main hitters have to play. And then now it's just to focus on Liverpool this weekend. Then we play Newcastle, go to St. James's. Have to play Man United, which is just going to be annoying because it's United, and I just don't like playing United. And then we play Forest, final game of the season, who just have fallen off this cliff now. You know, the saying is pressure bust pipes, and Forest can handle pressure now. So, with 4 games left, I know we'll be unbeaten. We won't lose a game. Ideally, we should probably win at least 2. But I think even winning 1 game should be enough to secure it. We'll beat Forest. Liverpool, I don't. I know Liverpool are on the beach. They've won the Prem. They're drinking, whatever. But I don't know. I don't really trust it that we'll beat them. But Newcastle, I think we will beat them. Even though it's at St. James's. They're missing Joe Linton. I think he's out until the end of the season, for the rest of the season. And so long as we're starting Lavia and he's fit, or even inverting a James or Kukurea into midfield to give protection for Enzo and allow him to be more free to play, I see us beating Newcastle. The United one. What? Okay. Sorry, CP's comment threw me off.
Yeah,
the United game
took me out as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what about
the United game. Listen, the Flawless has known me a long time. I've never been confident playing Man United, so I don't know. But again, I think we'll win at least 1 game, maybe 2 with these 4. And like I've been saying, we'll get this Champions League football. Like people who are worried and stuff like that. And like,
I'm worried. So, what were you gonna say to me about
that? Well, I was talking about the people who like love to do fear mongering in our fan base. But what are you worried about, Ahmed?
I was worried previously, remember?
Oh yeah, okay. But are you worried now?
I think the way I'm gonna put it, before we get, I don't think there's any point of talking about the draw guard and fixture. We just need the result. We got the big result. Move on to the next one. That's pretty much it. But like, I think from a UCL perspective, right? Again, it's all in our hands again, Bruce. You know what I mean? I think we have been genuinely again. It's back into our hands again, bro. Like genuinely speaking, it is. And like, of course, yes, I'm worried because this team, whenever we need them to step up, they've not necessarily stepped up. But I'm hoping, I'm praying that against this Liverpool side, we can get the job done because we need to get the job done for us, right? Because I think for me, right, a win here is a big win, bro. Because I think against Forest and Newcastle, as we can draw that game, draw one of those games, and win one of those games, right? But like against Liverpool, you have to win this game. It has to be a win game, bro, right? And so I look at that type of picture. I'm like, you've got to win. Please, 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 bro, just win. I don't care how we win. I don't care if it's like an own goal, a free kick, some Bandulu tap in, some VAR goal. I don't give a sugar, honey, ice and tea. I just want it. I just want the scoreline to be Chelsea.
Honey, ice and tea.
You don't. Yeah, it's a Madagascar joke. Sugar, honey, ice and tea.
Which Madagascar?
It's joke from Madagascar. Sugar, honey, ice and tea.
Yeah, which one? Which Madagascar film?
I can't remember which one. I think it must be the first one, the second one.
I love Madagascar, but I don't remember the joke.
Yeah, bro, that's what I learned it from. Sugar, honey, ice and tea was from Madagascar. That's the reason. Yeah.
All right. So my bad, Clarence, for interrupting you. Continue.
Listen, man, get your money out for Prime. Sorry, not Flawless.
Okay.
You need to get some money up, right?
That's how private school kids speak, bro. Fine.
I do need to get my money up, yo. You right, man. You right.
Oh my.
Hey, don't worry, Flawless. Maybe one day you can send your kids to camp.
Right. I need to get my bread up. Yo, you right. That's the motivation.
My God.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, but like, I think for me, we just gotta get the job done for us. This is like the last. I hate to put at this, bro, but this is like how am I gonna say? Let me use a good example here. Yeah, this is like Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. Spider-Man has got to beat them up, bro. You just got to finish the job, bro. You got to beat all 6 of them.
Hey, Spider-Man, the original cartoon, is so slept on. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Yes, man. That's something. The 90s one. The 90s one. Yes, the 90s one. The 90s one. Yes, the TV show is elite. You know, that had a great theme tune too, by the way. But listen, you know what I mean? Listen, Spider-Man is Sinister Six, Naruto versus Sasuke. You just got to get the job done, bro. You just got to beat him, bro. You got to beat Sasuke. You got to beat the Sinister Six. You just got to beat these lads. That's what it comes down to. How you win is up to you, bro. You know, but just get the job done.
First, I hear that. So we'll go to it. Chelsea making top 5.
Right now, I said it's 50-50, so I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to say yes.
All right, cool. Who misses out?
Nottingham Forest is going to miss out, I think.
So you think it will be, this ain't in order, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Newcastle.
It'll be Newcastle or Chelsea. It'll be like something like that. It'll be City, Newcastle, Chelsea.
Yeah, no, that's in order. I just wanted your 5, not in order. So that's your 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Prime, same to you. The Chelsea make top 5?
Yeah.
Okay, who misses out?
I don't know. What does it look like now?
So I'll tell you, this is the table now. I'll pull it up now for you. I'll put it on the screen. Give me 1 second. You see it for yourself. Right. Boom. Let me know if I need to zoom in on this as well. 1 second.
It's right now.
Let me know, people. So boom. Arsenal currently sits second, 67 points. City played a game more than everybody. They're on 64 points. Newcastle, 62 points. Chelsea, 60 points. Nottingham Forest, 60 points. Aston Villa, 57 points. Does Chelsea make it? Bear in mind, you do have a tough set of fixtures.
I know, but yeah, Chelsea will make it.
Okay, who misses out, in your opinion?
City will be in there, and Newcastle. Newcastle will just do enough.
So you reckon the top 5 remains the same? Not that I'm not necessarily saying the order, but that's the 5: Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Chelsea.
Yeah. And Villa will finish above Forest.
Shit. So you think Villa get the Europa League spot? You reckon Forest potentially miss out on Europe altogether?
They're capitulating.
Hmm?
And it's only 3 points of Forest and Villa.
All right. First, they do have the superior goal difference on them, so that is an extra point. That's fair. Because your next game, obviously, you lot face Liverpool at the weekend. This Ahmed guy's hilarious.
What are these two?
He's just a guy. I just gotta take him serious. Man just got one of those faces, yo. When he starts grinning and laughing, yo, I start laughing, yo. This guy's
bro. I am literally I legit just saw like some random gift that's randomly show up on my screen. I wanted to laugh, but I couldn't laugh at it, so I kept it cool.
I can't take this guy serious, man. Well, I was like, yeah, you even throw me off. I forgot I was even heading. Oh, yeah, that was it. So you lot face Liverpool on the weekend at home. Ahmed, we'll go to you. Confident in that game? I know you spoke on it briefly, but yeah, confident in that. I want to know your thoughts on that time.
I'm so confident in the game that I'm going to watch a wrestling show instead. So that's my confidence level right now.
Confidence. What do you think? Do you think that Liverpool rotate?
I don't know if Liverpool will rotate, but I think the only thing you have to give credit for Liverpool for, they will be, in my personal opinion, consummate professionals, bro. They will still go out there, be professional, do a job. It's just about then Chelsea, can we do our job of winning? All it's going to come down to, bro. And I think for me, having Reece James back in the squad, having Lavia back in the team, big bonuses. I think Jackson getting into form, it looks like, hopefully, right, with what he's been doing in the Conference League and in the Premier League game previous. That's what you want to hope is going to lead to you winning the game.
Faz, what are you saying, Ahmed? Prime, in regards to the Liverpool game.
Yeah, I agree with Ahmed. They're not Slot said that they are going to rotate, which some of the players that will probably end up playing like a Harvey Elliott and co. They're also going to want to play well and have a point to prove. Whether it's to try and like be more of a mainstay in the team next season, or even if they're playing for a move away, like they're going to want to they're going to actually perform against us. Now for us, like, I don't think we're not losing to Liverpool, so I'm not worried about losing. But my problem of why we won't win is like we haven't won a big game all season anyway. Our forwards are not the most clinical. However, they are in some sort of form now. Jackson has 3 in the last 2. Madueke is scoring now. Neto's looking like good, and Sandro just had a good game.
Neto looks serviceable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And Tariq George is also being an option as well off the bench. That looks good.
Can I give a hot take, Marshall? Sorry, Prime. Can I give a hot take?
Can I finish speaking?
Give the hot take.
I have to give a hot take now.
Write it down so you don't forget. Just write.
This is a big hot take. No, Prime's gonna like this hot take. Yeah.
Go on.
I don't think
type of guy still. Go on.
Listen, I don't think we should start Palmer for this game. I think you do Lavia, Enzo Caicedo, 4-3-3, bro.
Anyway, as I was saying,
you really built that up to saying it's not, man.
As I was saying, our forwards are in some type of form going into this. The only problem is that Palmer. Like if Palmer had scored against your garden, that I guess I don't know. Maybe that could have kind of unlocked something. But it seems right now, I don't know. It's twofold because I don't think Palmer is like being completely like awful per se because he's still creating chances. However, with him on the pitch, he's still being viewed as like our talisman and everything kind of going through him, and it's just not coming off. So, I was actually going to say even before Ahmed said it, so I'm not, but I hear we're not playing Palmer. If we play like in Caicedo, Lavia as a pivot, which gives Enzo more freedom, and you can allow, say, a Reece to invert or Cucurella to invert, and they have the freedom to push forward and play forward. Because I look at in the first half of the season and the beginning of the season, the pockets Gusto was playing in and having shots in front of goal. If you give those options to Reece, he's bagging or creating something. So I would try again. It's a big game to try it in because I don't think we've Palmer's been like really dropped before for something of this magnitude. But I would try it. It's something Liverpool wouldn't be expecting either. So I wouldn't mind doing that. And then in the second half, you bring Palmer on against, say, some more like tired legs and whatnot, and then see what he can do from there. So I hear it. I try it, but it's too late in the season now. I don't think Maresca's going to do that. But it'd be a big surprise for everyone if we did that, and I think we'd have a better. I think actually I know it sounds weird, but that would probably give us a better chance of beating Liverpool by not having Palmer start.
Because they'd be planning for him.
Yeah.
They'd be planning for him. That's true. That's true. Scoreline prediction, Ahmed, for that game.
Inshallah, man. I'm hoping it's a 2-1. I'm hoping
I didn't say what you hope. Don't hit me with what your heart wants. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about what your heart wants when I'm asking this.
Fuck you, Flawless, man. You know what, Flawless? Fuck you, mate. Fuck you, mate. You know what I mean?
Why did you say fuck you?
No, man. No, man. I'm trying to give you like, the heart lines.
No, I don't want your heartfelt bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We are here for logic. We are here for the, you know what I'm saying? We are here for the logical and the mindset and your thought process, your fantastic and quirky analysis of the game. So that's why.
All right.
Talk about what the heart wants, the cheeky, you know what I'm saying? We want what you think's gonna happen, not what you want to happen. You joke, man. This fucking guy, yo. This fucking guy is not serious.
Bro. Nah, listen, I think we can actually get a 2-1. I generally think we can get a 2-1. So I'm going to say 2-1. Chelsea. But listen, I think if you're the gaffer, listen, you say you got some cojones, you say you've got some balls, testicles, whatever you want to call it. It's time for you to show them. Drop Farmer, give me that 4-3-3. I don't say anything balls
or testicles or whatever you call them. What else do you call them?
They may be other times in other languages they use for them. So I must give it. That's what I use the intersection for. Go on, man.
This guy is not real, man.
You got one, man.
This guy is not real, yo. So all of that, we got to 2-1 Chelsea, yeah? We got to 2-1 Chelsea. That's
2-1, man. Listen.
Prime time to you, man. This guy is not serious.
Sorry, just quickly for this. I
know
I'm
go on.
taking your time, but
that's cool. Go on.
Please, again, Chelsea, we need to make it happen. Guys, whichever deity you pray to, let's make it happen. You know what I mean? It may be God, Allah, Yahweh. You know what I mean? If it's Satan, pray to Satan too. You know what I mean?
Don't pray to Satan.
Listen, but if you pray to him, let's pray to him.
Don't pray to Satan.
Ahmed, you know why you shouldn't pray to Satan? Because Flawless supports the Red Devils, and look what Satan's doing for his club. So,
but listen, man, it's still giving them UCL football soon, so you never know.
Actually, to be fair, Satan's making sure United have better seasons than Arsenal right now. So it's what it is. It's not all bad, man. Yeah, not all bad,
man. It's about improvement, man. It's about improvement.
No, but United have improved. You've improved from a Carabao Cup trophy to an FA Cup trophy to a European trophy. You're improving.
Facts.
Hey, next season, I don't know what's a better improvement next season, but
surely the Premier or the Champions, which we are nowhere near. I understand the point.
or multiple trophies. You win Carabao and FA Cup. That's 2 trophies.
Man. Run us the double, man. Run us the double.
Yeah.
It is. Where was we at? Primes. Ahmed took us off track. Scoreline prediction: Chelsea, Liverpool. Big up Canadian Cam in the chat as well.
Also, Seniac, man. Thank you for respecting my stash. You know, I mean, it's been a hard year, man. 2 months of growing it out. Hopefully it looks good. Thank you.
It does actually look good. It suits you. Go on.
Thank you, man.
Genuinely. Go on, Prime.
Chinley's right. Satan put in the work to get United to that Europa League final. That Lyon game. Hey, I know Fergie had to call in some old contacts to get through that.
Yo, that is insane.
No, but fucking hell, man. I'm saying draw because I don't see us losing at all. But I just please we're drawing.
Back the badge, man. Back the fucking badge, man. Come on, man. Back the fucking badge.
Fuck the badge, man. We're drawing, man.
Yeah, we'll go back to Ireland, man.
Fucking hell. These two are crazy, yo.
Listen, at least I'm in Europe. You go back to Somalia.
Oh my lord!
Oh my god!
I'm gonna shout out your channel. Let them know what you got coming up over the weekend and next week. Links in the title, people. The Bridge Nation. The links in the title. Click the link, opens up a new tab. You can subscribe to the Bridge Nation. Click the link, opens up a new tab. Subscribe to Ahmed's channel. Links underneath in the description on all the live streams. Also on the featured channel page as well. Floor is yours, Ahmed.
Listen, obviously, catch me on the Bridge Nation. I'm gonna probably do a stream after I come back from my wrestling show. I don't know what time that's gonna be. It might be 6. I might finish there at 7. Probably take me like a good hour to get home. And then if my head is 100% correct, I'll do a stream. If I'm cooked, and then I'm cooked.
Are you talking about tomorrow?
Sunday.
This guy's crazy. Yo.
I'm not doing a watch along because I'm not doing a watch along on Sunday for the game.
Oh, so, yeah. Ahmed, apparently Chelsea do well when Ahmed's at game, so you know.
Yeah, so we're hoping that runs that juice is running quite strong. So
crazy. No,
that is mad. Hey, yo.
How is that? What?
Crazy, yo.
That's not an yo.
That's definitely an A, yo. Hey, yo. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, but listen, alas, anyway, I'm gonna be having a fun time, and everything like that. and everything like that. And listen, at the end of the day, catch me around about
like
8 p.m. or 9 p.m. 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I'll be there. Maybe I might not be 100% mentally, but I'll still try. I'll still have some little professionalism.
When are you ever 100% mentally?
No, I definitely won't be 100% mentally there. I'll be like,
I don't know what plug that was for his channel, but subscribe to the Bridge Nation, man. The link's in the title. Subscribe to the Bridge Nation because this guy is crazy. Prime, anything you want to add before we do close out?
Yes, big up everyone. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. This show has been, I don't know. I really don't know, bro. What's wrong with that guy?
Sarcasm City TV, man. That's
what. Nah, you need. I forgot the guy's name, but when's the calling show? Monday, right?
Oh, Monday. Yeah, Jinlu, if you're still in the chat, or Jinlo, I don't want to butcher your name. Monday, 10 to 8 p.m. UK time.
Okay, cool. Make sure you call in on the call-in show. I'll also be there because I do want to talk with you, bro, because I don't understand. I really don't understand. You're a Chelsea fan. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, like and subscribe, Sarcasm City, here on YouTube. Playback as well.
I'll say quickly. Are we doing the Warriors Rockets game today?
Yes, we are.
So make sure to tune into Playback as well for the production.
There we go, people. So yeah, not only we redirecting from here to the United Spurs show, so I'll be on there with De Niro, be on there with Jacob as well, talking more United and talking Tottenham Hotspur as well. They are the potential other finalists in the Europa League, people. Ahmed already mentioned it. Game 6 of the Rockets Warriors series, or I should say, it's Houston Rockets Golden State Warriors because it's at Golden State, people. That'll be live on the Sarcasm City TV Playback. Game 6, I believe it's 2 a.m. UK time, people. 2 a.m. UK time.
That is correct.
www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV, or just download the Playback app from your app store, people. If you're an NBA fan, head over there. There's more crazy conversation like this over there as well. Even if you're not an NBA fan. Sorry, go on, Prime.
Yeah. Also, guys, Monday, 10 p.m. UK time, Chic TV, Mud Brothers. Yes. Assuming none of our clubs have any embarrassing results, we'll be playing some clips. So tune in for that. And you know, if things go our way like it's supposed to, Wednesday, I've got something dropping. No. Is the Arsenal United show on Wednesday, right?
No, it'll be Tuesday. They play Tuesday.
They play Tuesday.
So it'll be the night off straight after.
Okay,
wait,
cool.
No,
yeah. Okay.
Wait, no, I tell a lie. Wednesday, because Barcelona in is Tuesday. It's Wednesday.
Okay, cool.
Because they play Tuesday the first time. Wednesday, yes, Wednesday.
You know what? I didn't want to jinx it, right? But Ryan, I'm assuming, was back again. He sent in a super chat saying Arsenal are going through, right? And then Rory also made a video about Arsenal. So that 2 jinxes like that means Arsenal not getting past PSG. I'm making a video, and you know, I'll play Flawless. You play that as the intro for the show.
Oh yeah, 100%. And on that note, let me get to this quickly. Big up Samurai. Appreciate the super chat. Samurai says, sorry I missed the show. No need to apologize. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the super chat. Says, big up Flawless panel and chat. How about those red smash the likes? And Samurai, you might have missed this show, but you're just in time for the United Spurs show, which we are redirecting to. So before we redirect over there, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe as well. And again, subscribe to the Bridge Nation. Big up to Ahmed. Big up to Prime. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. See you lot literally in 2 minutes for the United Spurs show. So this has been the Manchester United Chelsea podcast. Mandem United Ballers at the Bridge, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in, and literally see you in a couple.